Good morning, good morning. Welcome back. Hello, everyone. This was a very nice setup. I hope somebody took this. This was perfect. A break And a retest finally out of this consolidation box. Took some time, but at the end looks like it was very nice. The breakout was not the perfect, but momentum was pretty nice. 5 pips on USD CAD still is good. So it was very nice. Now let's see what we have. Do we have any break and retest happening? Looks like Euro USD rejected this 4-hour support. It's pushing up. And looks like it's at 4-hour resistance from what I see on Euro US dollar. It's not a clean break and retest, so I'm gonna pass on this, find a better setup. What a drop, EJ. Never came back again, unfortunately. Only break and retest, yes. EA break and retest, I don't trust EA. Even though it does look good, but EA is an unstable pair. I don't know if I can trust it or not. I mean, in a different pair, this would be a classic break and retest. This would be a classic break and retest. But on EA, I don't know if we can trust it. If we take this, stop loss should be below the breakout candle, which means that's 12 pips. Okay, what about the breakout? How many pips? Breakout was good, 10 pips also. Only thing is that rejected this zone, looks like it. But this looks very strong zone too. What should we do? What should we do? It looks like probably is going to result in a fake out. Maybe small risk, I don't know. It already came below the support like 10 pips. That's a lot. Yeah, to deep retest. No, I'm not entering. Not entering. I don't like this. USD CAD already did the retest. Look on EA, what can be done is there's plenty of time until the candle closes, so it's just the first 10-15 minutes. It's only first 10 minutes, 15 minutes, and there's plenty of time. If it does come and closes above, we might give it a chance, but otherwise I'm not gonna trade. GCAD retest, what about this resistance? What should we do about this resistance? No trade on GCAD. Somebody said, would you still take USD CAD? USD CAD already did a break and retest, as I said before here. And now if it does come once again, it means that it's coming from another resistance, and that would be pretty risky. Even though I think it's still gonna reject at least 10-20 pips if it does come for a retest, for a second retest here. Because let's see the 4 hour, maybe on the 4 hour we didn't have. Oh, okay. So it was both 1 hour and 4 hours. So even on the 4 hour can be it's gonna be a second retest. Now we are rejecting this resistance. Now what we can do is wait for this resistance to break. If it does break, then we can have a nice trade too. We're having lots of rejections, 4 or 5 rejections, so we might have a break and retest here. Okay, GU. What about GU? Looks like we have a small zone here on GU. Small minor zone. Can we take this? I don't watch lower time frames. This is a good level. Thing is, we made a retest on the 4 hour, got rejected all the way up, came all the way up and closed above this minor zone. I think we can continue up now from what I see here. What a nice breaking retest was this. I don't know, I'm thinking, the thing is, this support here is not the best. It is weak support, but I know we only have 2 candles here, 1 here. It was a great break and retest before. It can repeat the same thing, but not very sure about that. Maybe we can only use a small risk here. Okay, I'm gonna take a buy on GU. Took a buy on GU, and can use it around 10 pip stop loss. Can use 10 pip stop loss. Let's see. I'm expecting continuation here. Expecting continuation. We'll see what happens. There's plenty of time, and I'll give some explanation now. So the thing is about stop loss. Maybe 10 pips is not gonna be enough, but if you look at it, we had these candles here rejecting this zone, and they made these wicks, and these wicks reached all the way to this point here. They both wicks reached that point, and we had this breakout closed all the way below, made a retest exactly here where candles were closed. So that's where our entry is, and from this, just based on the previous candles here, previous wicks, that's where I'm putting my stop loss, because I don't want price going lower than this. We can extend our stop loss another 5 pips maybe, just to make sure we have stop loss below the wicks. But I think this is also enough, and this current candle should push to the upside, maybe come to this zone first, and then we'll see. But for now, I think 10 pips is enough. It is enough. And you can see that on the 4-hour we had a break and retest here. We had a break and retest, and momentum is pretty strong. This candle came all the way down here, somehow made a small retest, we can say, after this candle, because it created a small zone here. After the 4-hour breakout, minor zone break, pushed all the way up. A very nice momentum to the upside, because this candle pushed around 30 pips, closed above this minor zone, and now this is a retest. I think we should continue up too, and it's going to give us some pips, hopefully. Which pair is that? You're from which country? What a question. What a question. Nice, very nice. Okay. We have 10 pips on GU. 10 pips on GU. I'm going to secure some here. I'm going to secure some here and leave some run. I'm going to secure some here. Ten pips, securing some. Okay, don't forget, because if you forget, it's not gonna be my fault. Stop loss at break even. The reason I'm taking 10 pips is because the 4-hour is somehow at resistance, and I don't want this to hold longer. I want to secure some at least, then see. The next target should be this, since we have these candles rejecting there. Then after that, we'll see. I'm just protecting my profits, taking 10. I don't want this to come all the way down again to stop me. So 10 pips, I'm gonna secure. Yeah, this is why GBP is good to trade. It doesn't let you wait. Straight 10 pips. It was nice. Zero drawdown. It went pretty fast. I think it might come down again, but it doesn't matter. Amir Ahmed, please, bro, go take a look on Google at babypips.com, and then you should come back here after you spend some days there, because you need to learn the basics first. You need to learn the basics. Let's take a look at this chart. So, okay, we have CAD JPY. So what's the plan here? I don't understand. You're waiting for price to come all the way up or what? I see that there was a nice break and retest here. Very nice move to the downside, perfect. But the next move, I don't know what's gonna be. Did you use small risk? No, I didn't. I used usual risk. I used the usual risk. Remove the evil on me. Patience needed with people too. What's my target? My target is 1.29750. Then if it does push through that, it can go all the way up and fill the range. That's what can happen here. Fun happens. You took the cat JPY, very nice. It was a perfect setup. Do you only trade GBP USD? No, I don't. We'll see now. GU probably it's gonna consolidate for a bit, but we have another 30 minutes left, so a lot can happen. It can consolidate here for a bit and push later on, so we can expect that. I don't expect to go right through and push to the top. So we have to understand. NZD US dollar looks like we might have a trade later on. This is 4 hour level, and on the 1 hour we are pushing through that. We had a few rejections, 4 or 5 candles, and now we are pushing above. If we do close above, we might have a good chance. We'll see. GJ is been consolidating for days now. Look at this. Very nice. 7 days. Isn't that nice? Let's look at daily candles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 daily candles, and they all rejecting the same zone and rejecting the same support. So whenever it breaks, yeah, it's gonna explode. It's gonna be a nice move here. Can't wait for the breakout. It is gonna be a crazy move, or it's gonna fake us out and then make a crazy move. Yeah, we'll see. What else? EuroCAD. What about EuroCAD? EuroCAD is a messy pair, and I've said before, I only want to trade it when it is a clean break and retest. So right now I see immediately that we have a resistance here, and these two candles, they close below, which means there was no breakout. Maybe you thought, okay, this is a break and retest of this zone, but it is not. This is a major one, and this is just a minor zone that created on the last few hours. So we have to be careful. There's no trade here for me. Euro NZD, nothing much happening, I think. What about a 4 hour? Man, what a drop on CAD JPY. It happened just like on USD CAD after the break and retest here. USD CAD looks like it's dropping. We might give it a chance if it does come for retest. Why not? Other than that, I don't see anything. Okay, let's check these charts. Euro GBP. Looking for retest once it closes. Fake out of 1 hour if 1 hour closes here. So you are looking for fake out setup. Okay, good. It looks good for a fake out. The break and retest looks like it happened before on this third candle from the right here. This candle here closed and made a retest to continue down. So keep an eye, maybe it's gonna give you a fake out. Yes, USD CAD. That's what I said. It's gonna be a risky trade, but we can try it. We can try by using lower risk. By using lower risk, because I think it's gonna be a chance. It's gonna be at least a small rejection, at least 10, 15 pips, maybe even 20 when it comes, because it's not a weak zone to not respect it. You know, there was so many rejections, and coming all the way down and just pushing through it doesn't make sense. So we'll see what happens. Okay, yeah. Dandre. Your GBP breakout was weak. You are right to not trust it. Okay, AUD JPY. AUD JPY yesterday. Would you be interested on an example of trend interpretation with RSI? Let's take a look. Why not? Okay, Erman, if it does help you, of course, you can always use it. But for me, there's no need, to be honest. I think there's no need to make my wave trading more complicated than it is. Unless my strategy, once a time or in the future, starts to become not to have not a good win percentage, maybe I'll switch to not something else, but for now there's no need. What price was entry? Look at the price here. The numbers are very big. I think you can see everything here. Can you look at USD CAD? Yes, of course. What can we look? We talked about USD CAD. Yeah, the same thing. We're just sending the same charts. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see if that's gonna happen. We're gonna wait. There's another 15 pips left to push down. So let's see. You might stop me out at break even, but I'm still gonna leave a small position on the trade, even if it does come for closing my runners. Still gonna leave a small one, which wouldn't affect my profits. We'll see. 20 minutes left to the next one. Euro, US dollar. Let me see the daily. What happened with the daily? Nothing much. We're having so many consolidations, so many rejections, up, down. It's been in this consolidation for days. Euro, US dollar. Just look at it. It's 50 days, more than a month. This since July, and now we're on September. We're still in this range. This range is big around, let me check, 200 pips. It's not even that big, but it's been in the same range for 50 days. That's crazy. Still no breakout, so there's a lot of consolidation. Lots of consolidation. We'll have to wait. USD CAD is very good. If the daily is going to give us a break, that will be perfect. We already expected USD CAD to push up, and that's what it's doing. We'll see. Maybe if the next 1 hour pushes straight down here, would give us a chance, but I don't know if that's going to be possible. Even though it's dropping, I don't see it coming all the way down. But anything can happen. I hope it does. Geo pushed down. So we are done with Geo. We made some profits. We'll see what happens later on. The break and retest was good. This is why we want to join when it does the retest first, because 1 hour is a lot. It can reject, give you 10-20 pips, then come all the way back down again in the same hour. So that's why 1 hour is a lot, and we secured profits pretty good. We got a trade because London was pretty slow last 2 weeks. So anything we get, we have to be pleased with that. there anything I should be aware of before I take this Euro GBP? You should be aware that Euro GBP is a bad pair. That's all. And I wouldn't trust it. I never traded. So Hajj, if I take any trades, probably it would be on Instagram. So yeah, yesterday I took a small trade on AUD JPY, but it didn't give me anything. It was some break-even trade. It was meant to be a loss, but somehow I managed to close that break-even. It was a pretty good fake out that happened on the 1 hour. You think on USD CAD 4-hour support is stronger than that resistance? I can't say this is stronger or this is weak. They're both strong. How do we know if it's strong or not? I've said before, it's all based on, let's see how many pips it dropped after the price touched that level. So we can see every time price came at this level, there was at least more than 50 pip range, a 50 pip move to the downside. This happened 3 times. 3 times, all of them were 100 pip move to the downside. Same thing happened when it came here again. And same thing can happen again. But this time there's higher probability that price might break this resistance. Why? Because we had a pretty big zone created here, a consolidation box. Then we broke that, and momentum had to be pretty strong to break above this. It took a few days. Then we finally broke above this, and when price comes here, I expect still price to continue and maybe create a new high here and break above. It's just that the chances of breaking now are higher. Why? Because the more we try to break a zone, the higher the chance is going to be. Like pushing 1, 2, 3, 4 times, 5 times. One day it's going to break, right? So that's what's happening on USD CAD. Well, we will see. Probably we're going to break this today, this resistance, and we'll see. Maybe you can just not take this at all, ignore it, and wait for this level to break, which would be even better if it does break, because we have clean range and we're going to have a nice push to the upside. It's going to be a very good trade. So we'll see. EA, look at EA, what a fake out. EA, very unstable pair. I've said that many times, and I'll do it again. Euro AUD is not very stable. I want to take Euro AUD only, on some occasion when it gives me a clear break and retest, so I don't have any doubts. But most of the time it is consolidating, making some crazy candles, some crazy wicks, and you can't really trust it that much. So only trade it when there's a safe setup. Okay, what happened with Aussie dollar? Looks like he couldn't break the support. pushed all the way up. What's gonna happen now? Let's take a look at the 4 hour once again. Aussie dollar can reject this 4 hour zone, but I don't know. The thing is, it's rejecting from this support here, so it's coming from another zone. Yeah, looks like getting some strength. So we'll see. Maybe a break above would make more sense. Thing is, Aussie dollar is still an uptrend. See, there's no indication that price is gonna change the direction right now. Right now we're still on a bullish run, and it's a very strong bullish run here. So the trend line people that trade trend lines maybe are going to wait for a break of this trend line, but anyway, the point is that we're still in bullish run, and there's still chances of continuation to the upside. Do you wait for candle closes before entry on all your trades? The answer is on the previous 30 minutes. You can go and rewind the video bit, and we took a trade. We took a trade 20 minutes earlier, and you can watch what we did. Your answer is there, and it's on every single webinar that we do. You have that question. You have taken a lot of trades since we started live streams, and there's your answer there. NZD US dollar doing the same thing as Aussie dollar. We'll see. These pullbacks on USD pairs, I don't know. USD CAD is pushing down also. It looks a bit weird having these pullbacks. I don't know if I'm gonna take USD CAD. It looks dangerous. Coming from another zone, you never know. Do you use FIB? What's your favorite FIB zone? I don't use them. What about GJ? Is it breaking or not? Needs to be at least a 10 pips breakout. Thiago Silva. Thiago Silva is a Chelsea player now. Thiago Silva, you have the answer on the last or 30 minutes earlier that we took the trade. There's your answer. If you look on the top left, we have GBPUSD trade that we took earlier, and you can see how we did it, what time frame was our trade based on. Okay. Brandon, it looks good, UJ. Let me take a look at my... Wow, this was pretty good. Did you take this? What a nice break and retest. What's happening? We had some news. Medium. So we have a speech, it's a medium impact. Later on, medium. But yeah, well, today GBP is going to be wild.
Said we have to catch that GBP moves today after 12 p.m. Otherwise, we are missing it. We will probably miss a big move. I will cry if we miss that that big consolidation mark.
Well, I don't know. If it happens by the news, I'm not gonna cry if we miss it. But I don't know, in 3 hours we have the news. Can we have a break and a retest and some continuation in 3 hours? It looks so hard because we already didn't have this hour is wasted. No breakout. Then the next one should be the breakout. Then we have only 1 or 2 hours. But we'll see. We'll see. Yeah, it would be unfortunate if we don't catch this break of this consolidation box.
Yeah, and we have CPI news for Euro in the next hour, so we can't probably take Euro.
It's a medium impact, so
Okay.
I don't think it's gonna have an effect on your pairs, but we'll see.
And then later on, the ADP CAT for CAT is that, and USD unemployment claims is that important? Because it's orange folder here on Forex Factory, but it seems like it's an important thing.
This one?
Yes, ADP non-farm.
Yeah, it says low, so.
And USD unemployment claims is orange on Forex Factory. Yeah,
USD.
probably this initial jobless claims. Oh yeah.
Oh, double claim. This is high impact, yeah. Yeah, this can have effect on USD. But for this, I don't know. Looks like it's not a high impact.
Yeah.
This is what it says here. I don't know if it's different on other websites. Yeah, it looks like it's not on Forex Factory 2, Forex Live. Let's take a look. Okay, so let's see. Yeah, it's not high impact.
Okay.
It is not. Yeah, we'll see. This GBP news probably gonna make GJ move today and finally gonna have a breakout. But if we are lucky and it doesn't go too far, we might have a retest after, but I don't really know unless we see the news and see what happens. We'll see, maybe it gives us a chance before the news, even though it's very close now. How many hours? We have two and less than 3 hours now, and at least another hour to wait for breakout. Then we have only 2 hours, and we're not sure if we're gonna break or not. But we're gonna keep an eye on this. We'll see what happens. Okay, so NZD US dollar closed pretty good, closed bullish above the zone. The 4 hour not close yet, but this is same 1 hour and 4 hour level. Now taking it on the 1 hour, it might be as a rejection since we reached this zone here. But if it does come all the way down here, I think we should have a rejection, like a 10 pip rejection, something like that. Even though 10 pips is this whole range. Yeah, almost a little bit more than that, 15, but I don't know. What about Aussie dollar? Like I said, Aussie dollar is in between two zones. It's coming from a 4 hour zone and it's coming at this 4 hour resistance. So I think it's a little bit tricky, and I would skip this for now. USD CAD, okay, let's see. USD CAD is pretty close. We only have another 10 pip drop to make, but like I said before, I don't know if we're gonna get that. It's not gonna be easy. Okay, USD CAD is pushing down. Looks scary. USD CAD looks scary. Who's gonna take USD CAD? It is not me. Okay, let's see if we get any break and retest. Looks like your cat did close now above this, but still I don't like your cat. Why do you say it looks scary? Because it's coming from another zone, that's why. And there was also a break and retest before, so it's a second retest now. And that's why. And USD is weak a little bit. All pairs are retracing, and that's why. Look at EU. What a retrace. 60 pips. Now at 4-hour resistance. It's too messy. Euro NZD. Euro NZD did a break and retest of this 4-hour level, and it got rejected. Now what can happen here is I don't know, we may see some continuation, we may see a rejection from this small support, so both options are on the table. If it does close below this, we might see some continuation to fill this range. If not, we might see some rejection and some continuation to the upside. Right now, nothing much happening. NZD US dollar is pushing hard. GU did a small fake out on the zone. Good thing. You see why is it good to protect your profits? We'll see. Even if you want to take USD CAD, it should at least come to this 1-hour zone, at least. You don't want to get an early entry and get stuck in a bad place using a bigger stop loss than you need. So still a range to, there's still room to drop there. EA looks like closed back in range, made a small retest here, and looks like it may continue down. Yeah, there's no proper retest on any pairs. maybe if we do break on the 4 hour on Aussie dollar, that's gonna be a nice trade if we close above this. If you look at the previous candle, look at how big the rejection was, and it closed bearish. Momentum was crazy. Then we had this huge retracement now, and I wouldn't I think we might have a break since we have all this bullish momentum. Okay, so we'll see. We'll see if we're gonna break this, but it looks very promising. And we got rejected from 4 hour support, so it's gonna take maybe some time, but at the end we're gonna get the trade. Yeah, previous wick is getting filled. We'll see. We'll see if the 4 hour close is above. That would be a great confirmation for us. That would be a great confirmation. But it all depends how the 4 hour closes. Erwin, you're doing a good job. No worries. EURUSD maybe can do the same thing. That can happen too. But we'll see. This may be also only some small retracements to continue more. That can be an option too. But we have to keep in mind that might give us a break. USD CAD. So on USD CAD we have the 1 hour level and the 4 hour level. So the thing is, we can come deeper than this one, because the 4 hour level is a little lower, another 10 pips lower than the 1 hour level. So if you get a deeper pullback here, don't be surprised, because it's just a retesting the 4 hour level. So I'm not thinking of taking it. Maybe I'll take it if it comes to 900 here at the 4 hour level, maybe, but on the 1 hour I don't think so. I'll just look at it. What I can do here is wait for rejections, because if it's gonna reject this support, what's gonna happen is you get a candle, it comes all the way up, closes above, another try, closes above, and somehow it creates a small minor zone here. Then this we get another deeper push, but it can't break and pushes all the way up, closes above. Let me do this. So we get one rejection, we get another rejection, and we create a small zone here. Then we get another one, get rejected. The next one pushes all the way up and closes above. So what we can do after is we can use this minor zone to enter. So when it comes for a retest here, we can enter, and we can go with that good momentum to the upside. That's what I would do, just to be safe. The safest trade there would be that. Okay. I'm glad we took that GU trade, because imagine we would be waiting still for a trade by now. Good that I saw that. USD CAD is pushing down little by little. Yeah, GGA looks like not even, and this candle is gonna have a breakout. Would you have taken these USD CAD sells, or that would be risky? No, I wouldn't. Because who knew that USD CAD is going to reject? Maybe it would break, but it didn't. So we're waiting to see what happens. USD JPY. What about USD JPY? USD JPY maybe gonna have a breakout here. Who knows? Let me check the 1 hour. Okay, it looks like the 1 hour is doing a retest right now. I don't know if we can trust this because the breakout is very weak. Only 4 pips. So weak breakout. Gonna skip this. Are you gonna take USD CAD? I just talked about USD CAD like 2 minutes ago. I gave you the whole thing. How would I take USD CAD? Just rewind the stream for a bit and take a look at it. Geo still bullish? Yeah, it might still continue up. We'll see about that. Thing about Geo is this was a pretty good level on the 4 hour, and it did retest that, and we might see some continuation all the way up here. So that just makes a lot of sense. But anything can happen. This was a perfect retest. If I would see this, I would probably be in the trade, but missed it. So we'll see. USD CAD is crazy. What a rejection. Look at this candle. Still we need to have a rejection. But like I said, I'm gonna wait for these rejections. Then I'm gonna look to enter on the way up. Not while it does the retest, because I think at this point it would be too risky. Very slow, very slow. Okay, I'm gonna take a small break and I'll be back again. Just a small break. Okay, what happened? Nothing? Yeah, looks like nothing happened. Everything at the same place, except G is pushing. Who knows, if we do close above the previous candle, might give it another push and push the next zone here. It does look good. Wow, NZD US dollar pushed a lot. There was no retest at all. Look at the 4-hour candle, straight to the upside. GJ hasn't moved at all, it's still at the same place. This hour doesn't look like it's gonna break, so probably we'll wait for the news to come. That's why the reason why it's not moving that much. Potential short on SGD US dollar? I don't think so. Why do you think short on SGD US dollar? Send a chart maybe. Let's take a look at this chart here. GBP CHF. Okay, wait for the price to close below. Yeah. I think your stop loss, I don't understand it. 7 pip stop loss on GBP CHF is not enough. Why? Because GBP CHF has at least 5 pip spread, if I'm not wrong, on most of the brokers. GBCHF has high spread, and 7 pips is nothing. You'll get stopped before entering. But if you wait for a break below here, would be pretty nice, I think. Even though I said before, GBCHF is known for fake outs. I don't trust GBCHF at all. It's just based on my experience. Nothing much. USD CAD got rejected. That's a good thing. Even though it didn't really quite come where we wanted, just to touch the zone. It's not that we want to take buys, but we just wanted price to come lower so we can have the setup that we want. So what I would like here is next candle to push down once again, make another rejection, and like I said, create a minor zone here. Then after failing to break to the downside, retesting 2-3 candles, the third candle to push and close above this, then we would continue to the next zone, like I explained earlier, but we'll see what happens. Euro NZD, please, nothing. Euro NZD can make a small break and retest of this zone, but still I wouldn't take it. I wouldn't take Euro NZD. I don't trust it, to be honest. There are too many zones in between, and it's not clear. It's a small support here on the 4 hour. It's rejecting from the 4 hour. So I'm just gonna skip your NZD. These pairs are once in a while, and I don't tend to try to trade them every day. Thoughts on this SD US dollar trade? I think it's not a good idea to enter sells, to be honest. I don't know if it does work for you. If it does work for you, then good, but it's not how I trade. And NZD US dollar is still bullish. That's what I know here. Your cat daily rejection. Beitu, what do you mean? You mean break a retest of this zone? Okay, I'll wait for your chart. Yeah, NZD US dollar. Look at the higher time frames. What does these higher time frames tell you? We're still in a bullish run. I mean, look at this daily candle. What huge rejection this was, and we can still see some continuation. This is a daily support. We still can see some continuation to the upside. I wouldn't try sells on NZD US dollar. Even if you draw a trend line here on the 4 hour, it's still bullish. It hasn't closed below or anything. But these trend lines, it's everybody, draws them different. If you need your trend line to be here, then you can draw it here too. But that's the point. I don't know what's the rules about trend lines, so that's why I don't use them. I can use them as a confluence, but not more than that. GU 4 hour breaking. Breaking 4 hour what? Which zone? This one maybe? It may be. But it only did retest this zone, so I don't expect a rejection all the way down there. So what can happen on GBP US dollar here? I think we have another 7 minutes left. Yeah, I think once it does closes above this, we can have a small pullback here and push to the upside. That's what I think. I don't see price coming down all the way here for that for a retest. Even though everything can happen, but if it does close above this, small pullback and continuation, that's what can happen here. I'm not gonna trade UJ. UJ is too slow. I'll just be stuck on it for hours and I don't like it. Okay, we'll see. Not so much happening even on after the 1 hour close. I don't see too much happening. We'll see. Maybe I will think about taking buys on GU, but it depends how it's gonna close. Let's take a look at this chart. ChartCon, we talked about USD before. You might want to take a look. Yes, Beitu, I see this. Take a look at the 1 hour. Usually, to take a daily break and retest, we would like to enter right away, not wait for any signs, because that's what we do on lower time frames. We enter while it's doing the retest, but on daily it's a little bit different. So what would be the way to enter on the 1 hour? Let me go back to my chart here. So since we are on a daily retest, let's say price rejects the zone, and we have this other zone here on EuroCAD. So what I would wait here is, get this, I will wait for price to come all the way down here, close below the zone, then make a retest, so this is on the 1 hour, and then continue down. That's what I would wait on EuroCAD, and I would have another confirmation, which would be the daily retest. So I would wait for a minor zone to break on that case. In this case, for example, I would wait for a setup like this: a break of minor zone supported by the daily retest, a 1 hour break and retest on a minor zone, and continuation for more. This is what I would wait for. I don't look at FOREX Factory because I don't think it's very good for telling us for the news. There was a lot of times where we had high impact news and the FOREX Factory didn't say that it was high impact. Okay, the Euro news are done. They were medium impact anyway, so you can see how it didn't have any effect on Euro pairs. So that's all. Let's see what about the GU. Yeah, so GU didn't close like I wanted. I wanted to close above this. It didn't close, it just closed below. Then the cured candle now can push up, but for us to be able to take a trade, this needed to be closed above, and it didn't. So we don't have any options right now. USD CAD, look what happened here now. It closed bearish. Another candle is coming down, just like I'm expecting. Good thing. This is a good thing. Now, having another one, another rejection, and then third candle pushing and breaking above, that's going to be exactly how I want it to be. So let's wait and see. Let's see if it's gonna support our idea here. It's gonna take some time, but at the end it might give us a chance. What about Aussie dollar? Wow. We closed above for our resistance, but very weak. Weak breakout, unfortunately. Unfortunately. GPV NSD, please. No, send a chart, man. Send a chart, and we'll take a look at it. We don't have GBP NSD on our list. It's like when you call in a radio and you require uh, a music, a song, and they say we don't have it. So in this case, you just need to send a chart, that's all, and I'll go through it. I don't see any break and retest on Euro GBP. Euro JPY, sorry. Where do you see that? This is not a good break and retest. This is only a small 2-3 candles. Can't count this as a break and retest in my opinion. It's just rejecting this 4-hour level here, and wow, so many bearish candles here. Nothing is happening right now. Let's see, USD CAD. USD CAD can give us a good trade. It can give us a good trade. We're just waiting to push lower because that's what can happen here. We still might have a lower retest here, and it's second retest, so that's why we're gonna wait for price to reject, then look to enter after it starts to push to the upside. Like I said, it's going to create a small minor zone here. We already have a candle here. This current candle can come up, make another small rejection, third candle push above, close above, retest, continuation. What do you think about CAD-JPY as a good pair for break and retest? Yes, it is a good pair for break and retest. One of my students only trades USD CAD and CAD JPY, and he does really well. He doesn't change the pairs. He just trades these two, CAD JPY and USD USD CAD. Herman, yeah, Aussie dollar. That's what I thought also. The only thing is that the breakout was very weak. The breakout was very weak, so if we wait for this candle to close also, that means it's gonna be another 4 hour. But what we can do, we can watch for the 1 hour. Can watch for the 1 hour and see how it closes. If it does make a good close, like around 10 pips, close above, then we can consider taking buys. But for now, I think we should stay away from it. Okay, USD CAD good, progressing, that's good. GU did it. Yeah, I know. I know GU did it because GU was perfect for this push. The only thing is that it didn't close above to give us the chance. So it closed just below, so we couldn't enter. We had to close just a little above. Even if it was a 2-3 pip, breakout, I would still consider taking it. Because the way it formed, it was perfect for buys here. And as you can see, already pushed around 15 pips, 13, 14 pips. So that was a great chance to enter, but just it didn't close enough above. Unfortunately. Now, does this work on the next hour? If it does close this current hour, then I retest to continue up. That's what I wouldn't consider. This was a good chance. We already had a retest here. Price almost closed above the two previous ones. That's what I wanted as a good confirmation. It didn't. Bullish momentum was good. So 10 pip push, 15 pip push to the next zone was pretty easy to catch. Welcome new buys. Just took a trade. Let's take a look what trade you took. US dollar Polish zloty. What is this pair? Never seen this pair ever in my life. So I don't know what to say. Does the break and retest works on this? I don't know. So I just wish you luck. Tahmid, you're welcome. Glad that I can be helpful. Glad that I can help. Beitu, look at ECAD. EuroCAD, look at the rejection that made from that daily retest. It was pretty fast rejection here. Now it's going good. This is a good sign for EuroCAD because it happened as we expected. Now we just need what we said before, a close below this minor support here. So once it closes below, then we're gonna have a good chance here. Once it closes below, a retest and continuation, filling this daily wick maybe, and filling this zone. That's what makes sense now. Except this, we don't have anything else. Except this and nothing else. Gonna have to wait for New York session. There are plenty of news coming up. Like I said, for USD CAD, watch the stream again to USD CAD explanation and wait for that setup to happen. USD CAD can be very good. There's still potential to continue and fill this range after this pullback. So wait what I said. Rewatch the stream so you know what I talked about. Aussie dollar, not a very clean break above, because it only was how many pips? 2 pips above, so that's too small. For a 4-hour breakout, 2 pips is nothing. It can easily result in a fake out with a 2-pip breakout, so you have to be careful. I said that we should wait for another break on the 1 hour, for another candle to close at least around 10 pips above, at least. So yeah, we'll see. Okay, I'm gonna have to go now. Thank you all for being here. It was a good session, can't complain. We had a win on GU. That's the important thing. At least we got a trade. So we'll wait for London, maybe for New York session. Maybe it's gonna give us another trade. But for now, on this hour, we don't have anything. We still need to wait for another hour. So have a nice day. See you later for some, and see you tomorrow for some. Thank you all for being here. Have a nice day.